Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, for you guys, we're back with another hockey talk video, and we're talking about players that will potentially move or maybe stay at the deadline, and we're going to be naming a few teams that will sell or maybe make a bunch of moves.
Yeah, we got sellers, buyers, and we're here to tell you who's going where, maybe.
So first, we're going to talk about our favorite teams, just the Senators and the Flyers. We'll start with the Flyers. Obviously, they're in a spot they probably didn't expect to be in because they expected to probably be somewhat near the playoff hunt, and
I
they
think so.
are in last in the Metro Division with just 15 wins on the season, which ranks third to last in the league. So, but they still have a good roster. I do think they're going to sell.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they'll go into a rebuild next
I think
year.
Claude Giroux is obviously at the top of the list for trade, but I don't know that he's going to want to leave Philly because it's his choice. He's been there his whole career. He's got a really, sentimental, opinion of the whole being on the same team. So, What do you think?
I agree, but I think with Sean Couturier out the whole year, that's kind of his guy.
And Ellis.
Now that Voracek left, I actually think that he probably leaves because he doesn't have Voracek anymore, and Couturier is starting to get hurt actually a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like that team's just falling apart.
Think about him on a good team with some people to pass to.
I think he could move
second line or
maybe
first
to Toronto, who is definitely buyers, and play on a line with Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews, and that'd probably be the best line in the league easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, next we're going to talk about the Senators. Obviously, they're not good this year, but they're doing way better than I expected, at least, and probably they expected. They have 19 wins, which is decent, I guess. And they're probably going to sell, but their general manager said that they hope this is the last year they're going to be sellers
Who do you
at the
think they're
deadline.
going to get rid of? You think Tyler Ennis is gone?
I think that maybe Tyler Ennis will go, even though I do want him to stay on the team because he has 19 points this year. Other than that, I don't see anyone else moving. Maybe Nikita Zaitsev or Chris Tierney. Other than that, I don't really see us moving anyone else off the team. So, yeah. And then we're going to talk about a few individual players. I want to start with Tomas Hertl. Because the San Jose Sharks are actually a very surprising team this year. Most people did not expect them to be very good, but in my eyes, they've been really good.
They've been really upgraded since last season, huh?
They have a 22-6 record. And looking at the roster, Hertl is their kind of one of their best guys. He's their number one center. He can play wing as well. I think he's a really good trade piece, but he's probably gonna want a lot of money.
He's got a point per pace game here with the team.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if they want to run to the playoffs, maybe they keep him.
I feel like they might be sellers though at the deadline because they had just previously lost 7 in a row before
That is true.
beating the Islanders last night, but they still have almost a winning record.
Are they in a rebuild? What do you think?
No. Well,
what are they doing?
I think they're basically neutral.
Yeah.
They have some good players, some young talent. They just picked up Dzingel from waivers, so
Should trade Carlson.
but yeah. So next, I wanted to talk about.
How about some of the D-men? What we got?
Yeah, we could talk about John Klingberg, who about a month or so ago, he wanted to trade. He wanted to leave Dallas.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he definitely moves to the deadline. Currently, Dallas is sitting out of a playoff spot right behind. Actually, they're basically in the playoffs right now. They're tied for the second wild card with Edmonton and Anaheim.
Well, he's good on the power play. Where do you think he could end up? Think Florida could use him?
Think that Florida or Tampa.
Oh, yeah, Tampa.
Because actually more Tampa. I don't really think Florida needs defensemen. They have some really solid D-man. Tampa, though, looking at their defensive core, it's good and all good defensively, but they need an offensive defenseman.
Yeah.
Like Klingberg, who's got a slap shot, very wicked slap shot.
He could be on a second line.
Because they have Hedman, Sergachev, Chernak, McDonough are good. And then you have Cal Foot and Jan Ruda.
Yeah,
and Zach
they definitely
Bogosian,
could
who's
use him.
injured. Brent Seabrook, who's injured,
Wow,
apparently.
I didn't realize they had Seabrook. Well, I'm not
Yeah,
paying attention.
but then we'll do two more players. I wanted to talk about Jacob Chikrin, and then we'll probably end it off with a forward. So Chikrin is obviously the Coyotes should be sellers. Unless they win like every game, I don't think it's possible for them to really
Well, they have Kessel they can get rid of too.
make the playoffs. But Chikrin, again, I could see him going to Toronto or
Yeah.
Tampa or the Wild. I think those
What
are the
about
three.
Pittsburgh could use him?
I think Pittsburgh could use him. Him and Letang would be a pretty good pairing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so those are the four teams I would say the most that need him. So yeah, I'm gonna just talk about like Brock Besser and JT Miller because they were both in trade rumors for a little bit, but now Vancouver's caught fire a bit and they're kind of jumping the standings a bit.
Yeah, Boudreaux's really turned them around.
He's taken over the coaching job and he's turned the team around. So I kind of think maybe they definitely keep Miller in my eyes. He had a 4-point night last night and he's got like 50 points this year. He's been pretty good. But I feel like they might be able to trade. They would get a ton for Besser, even though he's having somewhat of a not great year.
He'd be a good leader, though, on another team that could use him, like a younger team.
Mm-hmm. I could see him maybe going to. I could see him being good, maybe like a second line for the Avalanche, or even put him with like McKinnon and Kadri. He's got a really, really good shot. He's a sniper, definitely. Good on the power play. I could even see Nashville getting him.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
Because although they are currently in a playoff spot and pretty good control in that first wild card spot. And yeah, so maybe Brock Besser goes to them. We have one more to talk about, and that's Marc-Andre Fleury. We haven't talked about a goalie yet, so we might as well talk about a goalie to end this video off. In my eyes, I don't think he gets traded, but there is a lot of teams that can use a goalie. I feel like maybe Florida could. The only reason I say that is because, well, Bobrovsky is very good this year, and Spencer Knight's been good. But, like, I feel like Fleury could really take that team to the Stanley Cup, possibly. Looking at Florida's goaltending.
He's sort of a wild card on any team, I think.
I could also see him going to Colorado, even though Kemper's been good. I just feel like he goes as their starter, and then they have a solid backup as Kemper.
Yeah.
And
one gets hot, one gets cold, and you just switch them.
I mean, Colorado's the best team in the league by far.
Yeah.
With 78 points. That's pretty insane. I could also see him maybe fitting in Carolina, even though Freddie Anderson's been good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. That would be kind of tough there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next